Starting sequence initialized. Ignition in 0-10 seconds.
Imagine a town where Christmas is permanent all year round, where the citizens are all there specifically to work for Santa, to make sure that all the children get a gift, no matter where they are in the world on Christmas morning. There are many, many systems in place and many, many people working very hard. And we join a group of experts high above the town square for a crisis meeting.
Christmas time is so important.
I can't even think about it right now.
Find the battery.
I'm so tired.
Do you think this could have been
I think it's late. They always do this
Order,
kind of stuff.
order, please. This meeting is about to start. Thank you.
This just in, we're receiving concerning reports that Christmas is under threat. An inside source at the North Pole has informed us experts are incredibly concerned that Santa will face numerous security risks on his delivery route around the world this year. Previously, the cover of darkness and wintry weather has meant that space-based satellites have been unable to track Santa. However, new synthetic aperture radar technology now means that Santa can be tracked in all weather conditions, putting him at great risk. An emergency meeting is currently underway where experts are proposing solutions to save Christmas.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming. As you've seen from our last news, this is a bit of a stressful moment. So I don't think everybody around here has met each other with, pressure and things coming through. So can we just do a little icebreaker and get everybody to introduce themselves?
Yeah, sure. I am Beth. I am the manager for the Naughty and Nice list.
I'm Josh. I'm the president of Christmas Cheer.
I'm Andrew. I'm head of logistics.
Okay, and that's fantastic. And I'm Agatha. You've probably seen a few of my emails, but I'm the chief elf. So as I was saying, this is really, really stressful. So in the past years, as you may remember, we were able to deal with all of these pesky little satellites that were flying around because honestly, clouds were enough and, it was just fine. But now, these past years, they keep on improving the resolution of those, I think they're SAR satellites, details. But now it's down to the centimeters, so we can just not send Santa anymore. It's just not going to be possible. So I'm open for any ideas, really, that can come through as to what we might be able to do. The floor is open.
Okay, yes, I agree. We have there's a great risk to Christmas Cheer this year and every year afterwards. We have an army of elves that are disposable.
Sorry, I'm just gonna interrupt you there. Army is just not something we want to use here anymore. It's just not. It just doesn't go well for the PR. But thank you. It's great to get your ideas. Please
okay,
finish.
Well, there are many elves, many of us, and it's a great big world out there. We could send ourselves out to all the children across the world, and we could deliver the presents like that.
But yes, as a head of logistics, I'd like to point out some problems with this. How can we make sure that all elves in this, what word were we using?
Well, army obviously
Collective?
isn't very PR. Collective is great.
Collective.
It's great. Thank you.
How do we make sure all elves in this collective agree on what they're meant to do?
Well, I had an idea for this because at the moment we just have one copy of the Naughty and Nice list that I manage with Santa, and if we're going to have many elves delivering the presents in the future, we need to make sure they all agree on which children are getting presents and which children are getting coal. So I propose we have a look into distributed ledger technologies, which are technologies from the world of computer science that would mean every elf gets a copy of the Naughty and Nice list, which can be updated as children are ticked off when presents are delivered to them or not.
How do we make sure, though, that there's not any conflict? Because it would be absolutely horrendous if this poor child was assigned to be on the naughty list, and then it turned out they had just done nothing wrong. That would be just really terrible.
That
for the
would
Christmas
be
cheer.
devastating, and that would bring the whole integrity of the Naughty and Nice list into question, and we just can't have that for the future of Christmas. So what's great about these distributed ledger technologies is they synchronize in real time with each other. So as soon as one child is taken off the list, it updates with the others. We would also need to make sure that when children are added to the list, that we reach an agreement on which children are good and which are bad. Now, normally this is just a decision taken by Santa, but I think we need to move with the times and make the process a bit more democratic. So we could have some sort of consensus mechanism where votes can come in from different elves, not just in the North Pole, whole, but from the worldwide community of elves to decide which children end up on the naughty and nice list, so that we all agreed who's getting presents and who isn't. And then, we can make sure everyone gets their presents they deserve.
I'm just wondering here, I'm thinking just purely on the logistics side, how do we make sure that we're going to get everything sort of synchronized? Because currently the elves, well, as you might remember, the Wi-Fi that we have up here is always a little bit dodgy. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to get all of these sort of information, the distributed ledgers you were saying, on the elf pads, the data pads that we have. Do they need to be synchronized? So Andrew, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, yes, as head of logistics, I think it's very important that all elves in this collective synchronize amongst themselves. Because one, we need to make sure that all elves deliver their presents on time, because we can't be seen in the daylight. So therefore, it's important that we get all elves to agree on what they think the time is. So how can they do that? Well, if each elf keeps a notion of what they think the time is, and they share it with other elves they can see, then they can all adjust what their estimates are so that they come to one collective agreement in this consensus network. But my other logistical challenge is, how are they going to be able to communicate across these distances?
But how are we going to make sure that Christmas cheer spreads across the whole world quickly and evenly?
I've got an idea for that.
And now a break for our sponsor.
Holiday travel taking you across the galaxy? Then you need NordVPN, the VPN trusted on all 8 planets. And that one we're still arguing about. With NordVPN, your data is wrapped tighter than Santa's suit after too many zero-gravity cookies. Whether you're streaming Christmas classics with the Andromeda network or secretly shopping for gifts on Mars Prime, NordVPN keeps your connection faster than a reindeer doing lightspeed. Use promo code NorthPoleSecure for 70% off your first light year of protection, plus a free digital candy cane. Because why not?
Oh gosh, Santa's coming back. We need to have a plan. Josh, what was your great idea?
Well, you know how every year we have to launch Santa's sleigh from this massive electromagnetic cannon? Well, what if we just use that cannon to launch our own satellites into space, and we can send our elf network the information they need through that?
That would be brilliant. And then we can make sure that all of the data that's important with your naughty and nice ledger, as well as the synchronization, it could all come from our constellation. It would be fantastic. But I'm thinking, how are we going to be able to send it all and create it? Our elves are so busy at the moment. We have to get somebody else to help us with the satellites. We just don't have the tech yet. Or even better, do you know where we could get some funding?
Actually, I do. I have a friend, Ken, who works at the European Space Agency, and he's always looking for new pitches and projects to try and fund. I'll see if I can get in touch with him, maybe bribe him with putting him on the nice list, and see if he'll help us get some money for this project so that we can save Christmas.
I have a breaking update here, coming directly from the Christmas Crisis Board. A democratic revolution in the North Pole has taken place and will save the world's children from misery this Christmas. Elves will be adopting a new system called ElfNet, funded directly by the European Space Agency, which will be used to distribute the naughty and nice list and ensure that all children receive their intended gifts this year. It is truly a Christmas miracle.
This broadcast is brought to you by
Astrid Bergmeister as the advertisement.
Agath Reese as the chief elf.
Andrew Ferguson as head of logistics.
Josh Gribben as president of Christmas Cheer.
Cameron Fergus Allen as the news reporter.
And Beth Prober as the Naughty and Nice List manager. You can find all of our contact details in the show notes, and you can find out more about the Applied Space Technology Laboratory at appliedspace.tech.
You can also find more about ESA funding at business.esa.int or the new access.esa.int website. This has been a Tin Rocket podcast production. Thank you so much for listening. We might do this again. Take care and have a great Christmas.